So in this chapter, neural control and coordination, we are going to study about the structure of neuron, different types of neuron, and the structure of brain, different sections of the brain, how do they function, and everything. Okay. So human body has several organs, right?
Yes.
These organs cannot perform their function independently. So each organ depends on other organ. In order to maintain normal physiological function, these organs coordinate among with each other, so that they can work in proper manner.
Yes, sir.
So coordination, first thing which comes is coordination, and another thing is integration. So first, what we have to understand is two terms. First is
Coordination and integration.
coordination. What is coordination? So a process through which two or more organs interact and complement each other. Okay, that is called as coordination. So let's write it down. A process through which two or more organs interact and complement each other's function. Interact and complement each other's function. And other term what we must understand is integration. So this is the first one, and second one we have is integration. So what is integration? Again, now integration is a type of process which makes two or more organs to work as a functional unit, or you can say where two organs work together in harmony for a single function. Clear to
Like a
you?
system. Yes, sir. Like a system.
So let's write it down. Process which makes two or more organs work together for a single function. This is called as integration. So in control and coordination, different organs of your body first coordinate with each other and they integrate also in order to bring about a single function in your body. Okay. Thus, you can say that neural system perform two functions.
Okay.
Chiefly, the first one is coordination and second one is integration.
Sir, in a coordination and integration, endocrine system also plays a role, right?
Actually, yes, you are right to certain extent. What happens is when you say when you talk about brain has two parts in it. One function as
Neural pathway.
neural system and other one is
Endocrine.
endocrine system. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Right now we are concerned with this part.
Okay.
Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Or I can say that neural system and the endocrine system jointly coordinate and integrate the different organs of the body for different functions to be performed.
Yes.
Okay.
Hmm.
Now let's move on to the next slide. So now let's discuss the neural system. Neural system. So now we all know that excuse me, neural system is the control center of the body, which control all the organs of your body for different functions. And this neural system chiefly consists of specialized structures or you can say special structures called as neurons. You have already studied a small portion or about the structure of neuron in 10th standard, right?
Yes, sir.
Hello, can you hear
Yes,
me?
sir. Yes, sir.
Your voice is not clear to me.
The mic isn't very good.
So what these neurons do is they detect and receive the information from different receptors, or you can say sense organs called as receptors, right?
Yes, sir.
So we can write here only. They can detect and send information from receptors in the form of
Sensory neuron.
stimuli, and then this stimuli is sent to the brain for central nervous system through the neurons, right?
Yes, sir.
So information from receptors in the form of the stimuli and sent to central nervous system full stop. So this is the primary function of a neuron. So if I'm saying central nervous system, it consists of two parts. We can write here only
Brain and spinal cord.
brain and spinal cord. Thus, or we can say that neural system of higher animals perform three basic functions. So how does this neuron help? Let's see. So when we talk about neuron, functioning of neuron works, or the whole process of sending the information or receiving the information works in three excuse me, different steps. How? First thing is receiving the sensory information from the external and as well as internal environment by sensory nerves. So first thing is receiving the stimulus from external and internal through group of neuron is called as nerves. Okay. Then second part, as soon as the information is received by the neurons, the second part which comes is
Transmission through associated neurons.
pardon, I can't hear you properly.
I said, I thought it's transmitting.
No. Uh, okay, first listen to me. Okay, first of all, you will gather the information from the internal or external environment, right?
Yes, sir.
For example, I can say right now you are sitting in a room and it's too hot.
Yes, sir.
So you will detect this temperature change in the temperature in the room, and then you might turn on AC, cooler, or fan.
Yes, sir.
So first thing is detection. The neurons of your body analyze the environment, and that is sent to the brain. Now what happens is focus on the second point, processing. Now that information, as soon as this information is sent to the brain, that information is processed.
Yes, sir.
So processing of information in the central nervous system. And then third, you find out the cure for it. Okay, fine, it's too hot, let me switch on the AC, or let me switch on the fan or cooler.
Yes.
Okay, and that comes as now it's clear to you.
Yes, sir.
So now it's respond to the stimulus.
Yes.
And how does this response to the stimulus takes place?
Motor.
Impulse to the motor neurons,
Yes.
to the body parts. Okay,
Yes, sir.
so this is how typically a neuron functions. The first thing is receiving the stimulus, then it is sent to the central nervous system, then second part is processing that particular stimulus, and then finally creating a response to that particular stimulus, and then we take our particular function performed by the body. Is it clear to you?
Yeah.
Okay, let's move further. Now it's not only like that we are the only organism living on the planet Earth.
Yes, sir.
We in ninth standard you have studied about diversity of living organism.
Yes, sir.
In that you have studied about bacteria, or let's not talk about bacteria, animal kingdom. Let's talk about animal kingdom only. Porifera,
Yes, sir.
Coelenterata, Platyhelminthes,
Yes, sir.
Nematoda, arthropoda, mollusca, right?
Yes, sir.
So let's see what type of neural system is present in invertebrates or vertebrates, or I can say in what kind of nervous system is present in lower organisms, and how does it starts increasing, and what kind of nervous system is present in multicellular vertebrates like us.
Okay.
Clear?
Yes, sir.
So if I am talking about uh, invertebrates,
Yes, sir.
neural system in different organisms. Okay, so if I am talking about mm, lower invertebrates, okay,
Yes, sir.
so in if you are talking about the type of nervous system or neural system present in lower invertebrates, it is found to be the simplest one.
Okay, sir.
सबसे सबसे सिंपल टाइप का न्यूरल सिस्टम इनवर्टिब्रेट्स में पाया जाता है. ओके,
Yes, sir.
now if I am talking about, let's go into the animal kingdom, porifera, coelenterata, platyhelminthes, अगर इन सब की बात की जाए,
Yes, sir.
so let's take this as the first one. If I am talking about, what do you think, sponges belonging to porifera, right?
Yes, sir.
So what kind of neural system you think is present in these kind of organisms?
I think it doesn't even exist.
Correct. They do not have the neurons. If I am talking about, let's go to one more step further. If I am talking about a coelenterate, for example, hydra,
Yes, sir.
but in hydra, you can say, uh, let's talk about the total number of neurons present in hydra. Okay, all the neurons which are present in hydra are similar to each other,
Yes, sir.
and each neuron is joined to one another to form a kind of nerve net. So in hydra, you will find all the neurons are similar and connected to each other to form a nerve net, or you can also call it as primitive nervous system. Okay,
Yes, sir.
now let's move one more step further. If I am talking about an organism which belongs to platyhelminthes,
Yes.
which is planaria. What do you think about planaria now?
The similar nervous system, but a bit more developed.
Uh, okay, so basically what happens in planaria is it has, do you have any idea what is a nerve cord?
Pardon, sir?
What is a nerve cord?
Something similar to a nerve, no, a devolved spinal cord, like a devolved spinal cord.
Uh, okay, fine. It's basically
Bundle of nerves.
correct. Okay,
Yes, sir.
and this particular nerve cord thing in planaria give rise to something which you call it as rudimentary brain.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so in planaria there are two nerve cords which give rise to something called as rudimentary brain. Now let's talk about another kind of animal or insect, I can say, which is
Earthworm.
earthworm. Earthworm belongs to the phylum Annelida, right?
Yes, sir.
So basically it's a type of segmented worm.
Yes, sir.
So what do you think? What kind of neural system or what kind of nerves are present in this kind of organism?
Like gangly. No.
So basically earthworm consists of,
Like it will have nerve cords with ganglions.
correct, nerve cords, but segmented ones, right?
Okay.
Since it's a segmented organism, Annelida, right?
Hmm.
So earthworm has different annuli, or you call it as metameres or segments.
Okay, sir.
So what you are saying is correct, but they will be found in a segmented manner.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Huh.
So consist of well developed ventral nerve cord, segmented ganglia, and segmented nerves.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, if I am talking about the vertebrates,
Yes, sir.
there is presence of a
Nervous system.
complex neural system. And so far as soon as you start increasing the level of complexity in vertebrates, for example, as soon as you will reach
Mammal.
complexity reaches
Maximum.
maximum. Clear with this part?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's move forward.
So just a second. I'm noting it down.
Okay, copy this down. So let's start with the structure of neuron. Okay,
Okay, sir.
so we have a new topic here, which is you might have studied the structure of neuron in 9th standard also and 10th standard also.
Yes, sir.
So structure of neuron. Mm, let's draw a structure of neuron and then we'll discuss about it.
Yes.
somewhat like this.
Yes, sir.
And then you have okay.
Yes, sir.
So this is a typical structure of a neuron.
Yes, sir.
Inside this you have um, a liquid which is present inside,
Yes, sir.
or you can say cytoplasm, right?
Yes, sir.
So inside the cyton part of the neuron you have a liquid which is present. Somewhat like this.
Yes, sir.
And apart from this you will find some granular structures which are
Yes, sir.
present in the
Yes, sir.
cyton part or head of neuron.
The Nestle's granules, right?
Correct. So let's start labeling it first and then we'll discuss the each part of neuron, okay?
Yes, sir.
So this entire part which you see at the top is called as the,
Cyton,
or cyton is also called as
cell body.
let's use black pen. Then you see the tube like structure, or let's write down here only. This part is the
Dendrite.
dendrites. This red colored part, as you said, is Nissels granule. The tube like structure which goes from this part to this part is called as axon, or you can say this tube like structure here is the axon.
Ac-
This part here which is covering the axon is the
Myelin sheath.
myelin sheath. Okay, you can see there is a bulb like structure at the bottom. This is called as synaptic
Knob.
knob, and the gap in between this is called as the
Synaptic cleft.
synaptic cleft, or you can call it directly as
Synapse.
synapse. In between the myelin sheath you will find gap is present.
Yes, sir. Node of Ranvier.
Yes, that is called as node of Ranvier. Acha, one more thing I would like to mention here. Besides all these parts which are present, you can see, I would like to mention with a different color here. There is a small part which connects the cyton part of the neuron with the axon part. And this part is a very delicate part present here. This part is called as You can call it as axon axon hillock. Okay, this is known as the this is considered as the most delicate area of the neuron. If a neuron is about to get damaged or because of any stroke or any problem, it will damage or will get break at this point called as axon hillock. Okay,
Yes, sir.
clear till now? Till now it is clear to you?
Yes, sir. Perfect.
Okay, so let's start with the theory part of this. And this part you can also call it as axon ending, or
Yes.
you can also write it as nerve ending.
Yes, sir.
You can also call it as nerve ending. So let's talk about the neuron. We already know that. We'll talk about the structure. We already know that neuron is the, or you can call it as neuron is called as the neuron is the
Structural unit.
structural and
Functional.
functional unit of nervous system.
Yes, sir.
They have a length of about approximately 1 meter. However, they are in a condensed state. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, majority of the neurons occur in the brain. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Fully formed neurons never divide. These are some crucial points which you must remember all the time.
Yes, sir. So the length is 1 meter or 1 centimeter.
No, 1 meter.
Okay, sir.
It is around 1 meter, not 1 centimeter.
Okay.
Okay, actually, if you go more into the detail,
Yes,
you
sir.
will find that only the length of the axon is about 1 meter.
Yes, sir.
And cyton is still bear some size, so it's like 1.0 something meters. But we take an approximation as 1 meter only.
Okay, sir.
So right now we are not going into that detail. We'll just take it as 1 meter only. Okay.
Okay.
So majority of the neurons
Do not divide.
occur in brain and fully formed neurons never divide. Okay.
Yes, sir. So they don't.
Short, you can say that right after birth,
Yes, sir.
or you can also say um,
Sir, neuron nerves don't also don't repair, right?
if it's a small kind of damage, yes, they can repair themselves. But if a neuron has died,
Yes, sir. So it cannot be replaced.
no, not at all. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Divide, and you can add one more point here, and they never divide and remain in. If you have studied cell division, you might understand this part.
Yes, sir. Interface.
Interphase is also called as resting phase, right?
Yes, sir. Yes,
So
sir.
basically what happens is they always remain in the what do you call interface, and that's the only reason why they cannot divide further, right?
Yes, sir.
Acha, sometimes what happens is some neurons have uh, basically you can see here in the diagram itself, every neuron has a part in the head part which is called as
Right on.
cyton. But what happens is certain neurons have a flask shaped cyton. Okay,
Yes, sir.
so certain neurons have flask shaped cyton. Okay, and they get a special name also. Flash shaped neurons are also called as
Purkinje fibers.
Purkinje cells. We call it not as fibers, we call it as Purkinje cells, and these kind of cells are only found in the cerebellum of your brain.
Okay, sir.
Okay, cerebellum portion of the brain. Clear?
Yes, sir.
So basically you can say, if it can be a neat question or aims question. Purkinje cells are found in 4 options will be given to you.
Yes, sir.
So cerebellum is a hind brain, right?
Yes, sir.
In the hind brain you have 3 portions: cerebellum, pons varolai, and medulla oblongata, right?
Sir.
So these flash shaped neurons, flash shaped cytons, they are called as a special cell called as Purkinje cells, and they are only found in the cerebellum portion of the brain. Okay, let's start with each part of the brain now. Neuron. So first of all, we have the first part we have is the cyton, right?
Yes,
As
sir.
we can see in the structure itself in the previous slide. So the cyton part of the neuron, what do you think is present in this part, cyton?
Nissls granules and cytoplasm and the nucleus.
Okay, let's talk about the different shape in which cyton can occur in the neuron. If I'm first of all, let's write down it. It varies in size and form. If I'm talking about the size, I can write here only. What can be this? It is about. I can write this as 13 to 14 micrometer in diameter. This is the size. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So 13, or you can say 14 micrometer in diameter. This is the size of a cyton.
Yes, sir.
If I'm talking about the shape of the cyton can be irregular, round, spherical, oval. What else we can think of? Etc. in shape. Okay, clear till now?
Yes, sir.
Now let's see what is the content. Let's go to the previous slide again. What is the content which is present inside the cyton part? So now you can see that yellow colored part which we have made here,
Yes, sir.
and we called it as the,
Cytoplasm.
but we in the cyton part, the cytoplasm of the cyton is not called as cytoplasm. Okay,
Okay.
since it is present inside neuron, we call the liquid part of the cyton as neuroplasm.
Okay, sir.
Clear?
Yes, sir.
And since if okay, let's talk about a normal cell. Okay,
What, sir?
if I have a normal cell, any cell,
Yes, sir.
so inside that there will be cytoplasm
Yes, sir.
and different cell organelles, nucleus as usual, right?
Yes, sir.
So in the same way, in the cyton of the neuron, you have a cytoplasm present,
How
and
many?
apart from that, there will be different cell organelles
Yes, sir.
which will be present inside it. So now let's discuss what are the different cell organelles which are present inside. Okay,
Yes, sir.
so cyton typically consists of cytoplasm. We have discussed about that it has a nucleus also,
Yes, sir.
and a cell membrane. Okay,
Yes, sir.
so cytoplasm of cyton is called as
Neuroplasm.
neuroplasm. I already explained this part.
Yes, sir.
Neuroplasm and a nucleus along with the nucleolus. Okay, this I have already mentioned here. Clear? Is it clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's move forward. Now, as I said that cytoplasm has different cell organelles also. Okay, so let's see what are the different cell organelles which is present inside the cytoplasm or neuroplasm of the cyton part. So organelles present inside cyton include, first one, there are so many organelles, just like in any other cell it is present. Okay,
Okay, sir.
the first one you can call okay, let's start with this one.
Mitochondria.
Then you have then you have then you have then you have this is also present inside it. What is RER?
Uh, Rough endoplasmic reticulum.
Yes. Then you have certain you can say sort of
Pigment.
pigmented granules. Okay, apart from all these structures which is present, we have three major component present in the cytoplasm of the neuron or cyton, which is One you already know, we have mentioned in the diagram itself, Nissel's granule.
Okay, sir.
One is called as neurofibril and other one is called as neurotubules.
Neuro.
Okay, neurotubules,
Okay, sir.
just like microtubules. If you remember, what are microtubules?
No, sir.
Protein bodies, actin, myosin, actin and what do you call, actin and tubulin.
No, sir. I don't think it was.
Okay, those kind of proteins which make centrioles.
Okay, sir.
You know centrioles?
Yes, sir.
Same way, in the same way you have neurotubules and neurofibrils.
Okay.
Now each of them performs a separate function. Okay,
Yes, sir.
seventh we have this, we already know, they have a function which is they are involved in
Protein synthesis.
wait, they are involved in protein synthesis. Okay,
Yes, sir.
now next part, eighth, which is neurofibrils. Neurofibrils. Now presence of neurofibril uh, is there for, you can say, whatever transmission takes place is with the help of neurofibrils. And then the last one, neurotubules. Neurotubules, since they are tubular structures, rod like structures. Okay,
Yes, sir.
they help in maintaining the structure of the neuron or the cyton, maintaining the structure of the cyton, or you can also write it as neuron. Okay,
Yes, sir.
now there's one more thing. uh, Presence of neurofibril and Nissel's granule is a characteristic feature of all the neurons,
Yes, sir.
which means Nissel's granule and neurofibril will be found in all the neurons.
Yes, sir.
Okay, clear?
Yes, sir. So that is not the case for neurotubules.
Pardon?
Sir, you said Nissel's granules and neurofibrils are common for all neurons. Is it not possible for neurotubules as well?
Neurotubules, basically it helps in forming, right now we studied that, focus on the first part of the cyton. It varies in size and form, right?
Yes, sir.
So if I am saying it helps in maintaining the structure of the cyton,
Yes,
right?
sir.
So if neurotubule is present, various shapes of the cyton won't be possible, right?
Yes, sir.
That is why.
Okay.
And one more thing, a very peculiar, or you can say very interesting fact about neurons.
Yes, sir.
Previously, we used to think that centrioles are absent in mature neurons,
Okay, sir.
right?
Yes, sir.
Formerly, it was believed that in mature neurons, centrioles are absent.
Yes, sir.
But now, according to the latest studies, we have found the centrioles present in the neurons.
Centriole.
But if centrioles are present, they must show cell division. Am
Yes,
I right?
Yes, sir.
If centrioles are present in any cellular mechanism or cellular model,
Yes, sir.
centrioles help in cell division.
Yes, sir.
then neurons should also divide and produce new neurons.
Yes, sir.
And we have already stated here or mentioned here, where's the stylus? Yes. We have mentioned that neurons never divide.
Yes, sir.
But if centrioles are present, why don't they help in the process of cell division?
Yes, sir.
Question arises, right?
Correct.
So we can add one more important, we can say star asterisk sign here. Centrioles are found to be present in neuron, but might be associated with production of they help in the production of neurofibrils and neurotubules rather than actually helping out in the process of cell division.
Okay, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
that is why centrioles are unable to help the neuron to go under cell division.
Yes.
Clear?
Yes, sir.
Shall we move forward?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, the cytoplasm which is present immediately surrounding the nucleus is called as perikaryon.
What, sir?
Okay, let's get back to the slide. Now see the diagram.
Yes, sir.
The cyton has a cytoplasm in it, right?
Yes, sir.
If I say, let's choose another, take this one. The cytoplasm part, which is present in immediate surrounding of the nucleus. The yellow part which is present in immediate surrounding the nucleus.
Yes, sir.
The yellow portion which is surrounding the nucleus.
Hmm.
This part of the neuroplasm is given a different name. Okay?
Yes, sir.
And that is called as perikaryon.
Very careful.
Perikaryon. Peri means the perimeter
Yes, sir.
and karyon means nucleus. Okay?
Yes, sir.
So the cytoplasm which is present, let's go to our own slide. Hold on. The cytoplasm or slash you can write neuroplasm surrounding the nucleus of cyton is called as
Perikaryon.
perikaryon. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, if suppose you are conducting a study on neurons,
Yes, sir.
you are a researcher or a scientist, and you are considering a research on neurons.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and you find that these you found some kind of you can say adult neurons.
Yes, sir.
You found some newly formed neurons,
Yes, sir.
and you also found some aging neurons.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so if I keep all these three kind of neurons in front of you and ask you which among the following is a aging neuron. Okay, so it's just an information purpose it is given. Aging neurons contain a type of pigment.
Okay.
Type of pigment called as lipofuscin.
Okay.
Okay,
Fu, fu, what's a fusion?
lipofuscin, lipofuscin.
Okay.
Okay,
Yes.
so this kind of chemical is found only in the aging neurons.
Okay, sir.
In young neurons, you will not find this kind of pigment to be present. Okay,
Hmm.
clear?
Yes, sir.
Now, only one part is remaining, which is Cyton shows hair-like projections
Dendron. Dendrite.
called as dendrites, right?
Yes, sir.
Which play a role in receiving the stimulus from the external or internal environment. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Clear till now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's so we have discussed the entire part pertaining to your cyton. Okay,
Yes, sir.
let's see what is there in the axon part. So we have got another part of the neuron, which is the
Axon.
axon. So let me first give an explanation and then we'll write about the axon. Okay, so axon is usually, let's go to the previous slide again. You can see there is a single long tube like process which we call it as axon, right?
Yes, sir.
And you can see that axon hillock also. So cyton gets attached to the tube like structure called as axon with the help of a small neck which is called as axon hillock. Now, just like cyton part of the neuron, you have in axon all the different kind of cell organelles present. For example, Golgi complex, ribosomes, pigmented granules, everything is present in it besides one thing. Okay, and that thing is, we have written here the first seventh point here, Nissel's granule, right?
Yes, sir.
Everything is found in axon except Nissel's granule.
Even nucleus,
Yes, nucleus is absent in axon.
it is absent.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So basically the content is almost same. Okay.
And sir,
The,
what about neurofibrils and neurotubules?
yeah, neurofibrils, neurofibules, mitochondria, Golgi, lysosome, pigmented granules, everything is found.
Okay, sir.
But Nissel's granule is found to be absent in axon part of the neuron.
Yes.
Okay. Now, we already know that Nissel's granule is involved in the process of protein synthesis.
Yes, sir.
Now, in the course of time, if axon needs certain kind of proteins to maintain the structure, they ask for cyton to send the protein to the axon part because axon cannot synthesize that kind of protein. And Nissel's granule are absent, right?
Yes, sir.
So basically all the content remains the same except for few changes that axon lacks the Nissel's granule part in it.
Okay.
So let's start writing about it. A long tube-like structure. The cytosol and axon are connected through axon hillock. Then as that of content as that of cyton, except Nissls granule.
So
In
what is hillock exactly?
pardon?
So what does hillock exactly mean?
Hillock, let's go to previous slide. It's just a neck region connecting cyton and axon.
No, sir. Like terminology. Where does the word originate?
Uh, what can you say? Hillock means you can say a small bridge like thing, or network you can say.
Okay.
Okay. So in case of protein requirements, axon takes help from cyton. Okay, clear till now?
Yes, sir.
Now we have the membrane of axon, and we have the liquid which is present inside the membrane. Okay, these two also have a name. The membrane of the axon is called as exoplasm, and the cytoplasm which is found inside it is called as exolemma. Okay, clear till now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's go to next slide. Now we made a structure something like this, right? And we called this as synaptic knob. Right?
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Your voice is not clear to me, that's why.
Sorry.
Now we have a gap in between, and then we have the dendrites of other neuron,
Yes, sir.
right? So what happens is, if I draw a single one, okay,
Yes, sir.
so what happens is, these areas actually synaptic knob burst,
Okay.
and the chemical impulses get released and they hit the dendrite region of the other neuron. Okay, in between we have a process which you call it as,
Synapse.
but this breaking of the knob,
Yes, sir.
after releasing the chemical, they must again regain their own structure, right? After releasing the chemical impulses here, it should again become like this.
Yes, sir.
So for that you need to have a chemical which is present called as a mineral ion, you can say.
Calcium ion.
Calcium ions. Calcium ions are necessary for retaining the structure of the synaptic knob again.
Okay, sir.
And for the transmission of the impulse from the nerve ending of one neuron to the dendritic region of other neuron, you need to have something present which is
Neurotransmitter. No. Sodium.
sodium ions. For the transmission of the nerve impulse, you need to have the sodium ions. And for again regaining the structure of the synaptic knob, you need to have
Calcium ion.
calcium 2 plus. Is this clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I am going to rub this off. Is this concept clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we are remaining with only a small part of it, which is uh, neurons may or may not have myelin sheath, right?
Okay.
So basically, myelin sheath. Okay, let's draw a diagram again. And this
But the
was our
brain is
myelin
visible,
sheath,
right?
right?
Yes, sir.
In between that, we made something inside. This is
Schwann cell.
Schwann cells, right? So basically, what happens is, Schwann cells give rise to myelin
Sheath. Okay.
sheath. The gaps between the two nerve fibers, or you can say the Schwann cells, form the gaps between the two adjacent myelin sheath cells is called as the node of.
Ranvier.
So depending upon whether myelin sheath is present or not, okay,
Yes, sir.
depending upon whether this myelin sheath are present or not, neurons are classified as of two types. One you call it as myelinated, in which myelin sheath is present. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And other one is called as
Non-myelinated.
non-myelinated. Okay. Now, where are these kind of myelinated and non-myelinated neurons found?
Yes, sir.
So if I'm talking about the myelinated neurons, these kind of neurons are specific to,
CNS.
which means,
Brain and central.
right?
Yes, sir.
And if I'm talking about non-myelinated neurons, they are specific to autonomic nervous system and where else?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Is
What
it clear to you?
the system?
Is it clear?
So what is somatic nervous system?
Somatic nervous system is a part of your nervous system, or you can say peripheral nervous system, which controls the movement of your body through by commanding the skeletal muscles.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Till now it is clear to you, everything?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's move further. Save this slide and let's move to next slide. Okay, now we are going to discuss something about yes. So you already know the classification of neuron: sensory neuron, motor
Associative.
neuron, or mixed neuron, or association neuron, right? But on the basis of structure, how many types of neuron are present? Okay,
Okay, sir.
Atharv,
Yes, sir.
you're there, right?
Yeah.
Okay, chalo. Let's start with the first one. This type of neuron on the basis of structure. So let me mention it here properly. Types of neuron on the basis of structure. The first one we have is non-polar neuron. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So as the name suggests, non and polar.
Okay.
Non-polar neuron.
Hmm.
So basically there is no polarity as such. Okay. Each neuron, you will find that the neuron has several projections inside it.
Okay.
So these type of neurons no wait, let me make a correction here. These type of neurons show several branched projections. Okay,
Yes, sir.
you will find so many projections. And one more thing, these type of non-polar neurons are rare in vertebrates,
Okay.
but you can find them properly in coelentrates.
Okay, sir. So, so the diagram we drew,
Yeah.
so does that qualify as a non-polar?
That is the diagram which we have made. Let's go to the previous slide again. This one.
Yes,
This
sir.
is a type of multipolar neuron.
Okay.
And this type of neuron is exclusive in the brain, cerebrum part of the brain. Okay.
So,
Okay, let's come to our slide. Okay, so these are rare in vertebrates and are usually found in coelentrates. Okay, example, hydra. Okay, now second type of neuron on the basis of a structure, you can get the structure. You just go to the Google and type types of neuron on the basis of a structure and go to images. You will find the images for everyone. Okay, but right now just focus on the name itself. The first one is non-polar. Then we have something called as, now what do you think, what is unipolar neuron?
So only one, two ending.
Only
Two ending.
two endings. Basically, the body has only, uni means what? One.
One.
It has only one axon, and they are not found in, you can say, in the body. So they are usually found in the embryonic state only, when the baby is inside the fetus.
Okay.
Okay. So you can write one more point in this, that you usually found in they are embryonic in origin, or you can write they are usually found in embryonic stage. Now, third one is pseudo unipolar.
Okay.
Pseudo unipolar neuron.
Okay.
Now, in this kind of neuron, what happens is some process will come out, some projections will come out from the cyton. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And then these processes divide to form axon and dendrite.
They divide.
The projections which come out of cyton,
Okay.
that projection itself divides to form axon and new dendrites.
Okay.
Okay, just go to Google and search for images, you will get it easily. Okay.
Yes.
So in this kind of pseudo unipolar neurons, first what happens is a single process arises from cyton, and then what happens is these projections or processes divide to form and then divides to form the axon part and the dendrites. Full stop. Okay, now what is the location where they are found? They are usually found in the dorsal root ganglion, of spinal nerves. Okay, do you understand this sentence? They are found in the dorsal root ganglion of spinal nerves.
Yes, sir.
In 10th standard, if you remember this diagram,
Yes, sir. Reflex arc.
You remember this?
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
So this is the dorsal root ganglion. In this part of the spinal nerve, you will find the pseudo unipolar type of neurons. Clear?
Hmm.
Okay, so let's rub this off. Not required here. Spinal nerves. Now we have fourth type of neuron, which is, so we have non-polar neuron, unipolar neuron, pseudo unipolar neuron. Now you have something which is called as
Bipolar.
bipolar neuron. Okay, bi means,
2.
polar means,
Ending.
yes. So it has two ends. So very simple to answer. What is a bipolar neuron?
Yes, sir.
Bi means two, right?
Yes, sir.
You got two ends.
Yes, sir.
At one side you have the cyton part bearing one dendrite, and other part has having the one axon with endings. Okay. What is the location of these kind of neurons?
In the brain.
No. Multipolar. I already told you multipolar neurons are exclusive in the cerebrum part of the brain.
Yes, sir.
Excuse me. Found in
Retina.
they are found in the they are present in the retina of eye.
So like optic nerve.
Correct. Then fifth you already know, multipolar neuron.
Yes, sir.
So these neuron, the structure which we have drawn in the previous slide, on the fourth or fifth slide, right?
The standard.
Yes. These neurons have several dendrites and an axon. And for location, you can write they are present in cerebral cortex region.
So then in the other like cerebellum area, which kind of neuron is found?
In the,
Cerebellum or pons varoli.
you will find the same type of neuron, because what happens is 70% of your brain is cerebrum,
Okay.
right? So majority of the neurons which you will find inside the brain is multipolar neuron only.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Or maybe if you are entering into the spinal zone, then you will find a spinal type of nerves.
Pseudo unipolar.
Clear?
Yes, sir.
So with this, we have finished one section of the chapter, which is all about neurons.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So in the next lecture, what I'll do is I'll explain you the structure of the,
Nervous.
in 10th, you have studied this chart, I suppose. One part is called as the central nervous system and another part is called as the
Peripheral nervous.
peripheral nervous system, right?
Yes, sir.
Now this peripheral nervous system divides itself into two parts as
Autonomous.
afferent system and efferent system. Any idea about this chart?
Sir, I don't remember how the afferent and efferent.
Okay, okay, no, array, it's very easy. Wait. Afferent system consists of
Oh,
sensory neurons, and efferent system consists of
motor neuron.
motor neurons. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, peripheral nervous system accounts for all
Voluntary.
of the body. However, peripheral nervous system also assists central nervous system. This consists of two parts.
Brain and spine.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, what happens is this motor neuron system again divides itself and forms two more branches with it. We call it as autonomic nervous system, and what you were asking me a few minutes back,
Somatic.
I'm writing in short as NS. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Somatic nervous system. This governs or controls
Skeletal muscle.
so basically with the movement part. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now autonomic nervous system again divides itself and forms two networks called as
Sympathetic or sympathetic.
sympathetic nervous system and parasympathetic
No.
nervous
Yes.
system. Although autonomic nervous system controls all
Involuntary.
okay. Sympathetic nervous system works in the emergency situations. Okay. And parasympathetic nervous
Yes, sir.
system works in the
Relaxing. Both
relaxed
counteract each other.
situations. Okay.
Yes, sir. Both counteract each other.
Yes. Can you be a little loud? I can't hear you properly.
Yes, sir.
So this is all about neural system, and we are going to study about each of these uh, portions of the brain or neural system in detail. Okay. In this
Yes,
chapter.
sir.
So in the next lecture, we will start with the different sections or parts of the neural system as CNS, peripheral nervous system, or autonomic nervous system. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, from the NCRT, you can read whatever you have studied today in the lecture. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Or you can take some reference book into consideration. For example, you have a book called as S. Chand by Sarita Agrawal for 11th. Okay.
Okay, sir.
And if you are following the NEET, you can take a reference from Truman's Elementary Biology.
Okay, sir.
And this will be your volume 1. Okay.
Is the ebook available for this?
I think yes, you can get the ebook, or if not the ebook for the entire book, you can get it chapter wise.
Okay, sir.
Just search on Google. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So we have studied about the different parts of the neuron and what types are present in the neuron and the content inside the neuron. Okay.
Okay.
In the next lecture, we'll start with the CNS and other portions related to it. Okay.
Sure, sir.
So with this, we are finishing off this lecture. Okay. See you in the next lecture.
Sir, tomorrow I have a zoology lecture.